How's it going, folks? So today we're going to be making something very simple, very easy. Also includes leftovers, so if you have these ingredients in your kitchen, um, you have an easy meal to make. Shouldn't take but like 15-20 minutes. So what we're going to start with is half a rotisserie chicken. I have that chopped up over here. You need about 8 whole mushrooms. We're going to have those chopped up already. Half an onion, have that chopped up already. And what we're going to do, and I also have some of that leftover kale salad that I made the other day. I'm just going to toss that into the pan too as well. Douse that with some olive oil. And we're going to get those fresh vegetables sauteed so that we can add our chicken to the mixture. So you want to saute those. You want to get them to where they're cooked because the chicken's already cooked. Oh, also, I have rice from the Chinese store. Like I said, it's a leftover meal. But what we're ultimately going to be making is chicken, cream of chicken and mushrooms and rice. So 1 can of cream of mushroom also. And while that is warming up, you want to cook those over medium. Cook that on medium heat. Stir it up occasionally, but for the most part, you just want to coat everything evenly. And while that's cooking over on that pan, we're going to do our side dish, which is fresh green beans. I've already pre-washed them, and I've already snapped the ends off. Chop up half an onion, and I think I used about 5 mushrooms. We're going to chop those up too. If you don't like mushrooms, you're just going to leave the mushrooms out, but I just thought I'd go with the theme. It's mushrooms with the meal. So you need about a tablespoon of olive oil. Warm that up over medium heat. Let that warm up for a second. And don't forget about your garlic. We'll need that for when we start the green beans. So now that that's cooked down a little bit, we're going to go ahead and add in the chicken. Make sure you debone the chicken also. Like I've already deboned the chicken, and I'm just going to throw that in there like so. And don't forget, instead of chicken, if you don't want to use chicken, you can use, say around Thanksgiving, you have that leftover turkey. Use turkey. Use whatever kind of meat that you would like, really. And if you want to do this fresh, you can go fresh. It's up to you. Your choice. Alright. We're going to put a top on that. Nope. Now we're going to add about a half a cup of butter. And about a tablespoon of garlic. Stir that butter in there like so. Stir the butter in on one side so that you can take it all over and mix everything together. That way everything gets coated, everything is in there nice and nice. What we're going to do next, we're going to get all that on there. Then we're going to take the rice, we're going to dump the rice in. Mix that all in. After the rice, we're going to take our can of cream of mushroom soup, dump that in there. Now you can either, that's good. Now you can either use a can of water, or a cup of water, or milk. I don't like milk, so milk will make it thicker and have a heavier taste to it. Water will make it a little bit more thin out, and it won't be as heavy, but it'll still be just as good. So anyway, that's why I used the butter, half a cup of butter, to substitute for the fact that I didn't use milk. If you want to mix that all together, and cook that on a low to medium heat for about 10 minutes with the top on, stirring it occasionally. Now, if you want it to be thick, you can cook it on a higher heat for less time. And if you want it to be more soupy, cook it on a lower heat for a little bit longer. But I really don't want it to be thick or soupy. I want it to be like just in between, so I'm going to put it on a medium low heat. Top on it, make sure everything's mixed together. And now we're going to move on to our side dish, which is the fresh green beans, mushrooms, and onions. Like I said, I believe this is like a pound of green beans, maybe close to 5 or 6 whole mushrooms chopped, and half an onion. And here we have a tablespoon of olive oil. It's already warmed up. So heat the olive oil up, not too long because you don't want it to burn once you put the stuff in. Just put it in your pan, like so, your skillet or whatever. Usually I use kosher salt, but I don't have that today. So season it with whatever seasonings that you like. I like seasoned salts. Salt and pepper. Pepper, some regular salt. I'm going to take that and I'm going to mix that up. You want everything to be coated nicely. Now you're going to take a half a cup of butter. Well, take half the cup of butter. Put that in there like so. Turn the heat down. Mix it in. Now there's a few ways that you can make this. You can make this to where they're really like a can of string beans, or you can make them to where they're still crunchy but yet soft. And that's how we're going to do those today. So technically I guess it's called al dente, but spare me the technicalities because I'm no like professional, but I aim to be. Did you catch that, Rachel Ray? Alright, so mix those in. Let that get all nice and buttery. Check back over here. You want to stir your chicken and rice mixture occasionally. Like so. You know, make sure everything's all good in there. That's good. I wanted to just a little more flavor, so out of that half a cup of, remember I said half a cup of butter? I scooped a whole cup. Put half of it in there. You want to take like another quarter cup. So you'll end up using 3/4 cup of butter for the chicken. Okay. And you want to put a tablespoon of garlic. And the green beans. Mix that up. It smells so good in here. Mix it up. And it looks kind of like that. Yes, you're going to have that little bit of juice at the bottom. That's exactly what you want it to look like. And you're going to continue to simmer the chicken, continue to have the chicken and rice simmering over here. And then you're also going to just let that cook. You can either do top on or top off. If you want them to cook a little quicker, you use the top on. We're going to keep the top off of these for a little bit. But like I said, leave those in the pan 10 minutes, stirring those occasionally, and you'll be almost done. Okay, so while everything is finishing up, cooking down or whatever, I just want to let everybody know a little bit about me. So 9 times out of 10, like right before I record or right before I cooked, even before I decided to start doing this show, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. Like, for dinner, that is. Like, I could think of like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And I'd sit there and contemplate all day. But really wouldn't find out until I stepped into the kitchen and stood in front of the stove. So usually most of my ideas and things that I come up with are my own recipes. Like I try very hard not to like emulate somebody else. I try like to make my own flavors and to make my own I like to make things my own. So I encourage you guys to do that. Like, so everything that you see me do here will be something that I've thought of like in my sleep or right at the stove. So yeah, just I want to encourage you, like this whole leftover meal, I was supposed to throw all this stuff away. I don't like to waste food. I wouldn't want to waste a half a chicken. Like, I had these green beans that I bought that needed to be cooked that I haven't cooked. Speaking of those, see the color on that? That means they're starting to come down. What a delicious. We are going to put a top on those. No, I want all the steam to come out. But anyway, yeah, like I said, everything I do is mainly from scratch, minus this. So if you guys have any ideas or anything that you want to learn how to cook out there, please feel free to hit me up and let me know, like, what I could do for you. Like, an episode of, like, you guys need something, just show me. Tell me, and I'll show you. Okay? I did that to say, I'm going to add one final ingredient to this cream of mushroom chicken and rice. And that is going to be some raspberry hazelnut vinaigrette. Do not be afraid to try flavors. Flavors make the world go round. And usually if it's flavorful, it's colorful. If it's colorful, it's delicious. If it's delicious, that's amazing. So, drizzle a little bit of that raspberry hazelnut vinaigrette in there. Mix it in. Along with about another 1/4 cup of water. Just so the raspberry flavor is not too overpowering. You don't want it to be too overpowering. You want it to be faint, but there. You understand what I mean? You want it to be like hey, hello, I'm here. But not like kapow, like bam, I'm here. Like, you know, real subtle. You want it to be subtle. You want all that mixed in like so. And now we're going to turn it down to a super low heat. Put the top back on there. Just check on these. See how those are starting to wilt. See how those are starting to wilt? That's a good thing. That's how you want it. Take it, stir it up. They're still a little crunchy. Still a little crunchy. So, I'm going to let those cook a little bit longer. And now we're going to move to our final piece of the dish. Like I said, today was all about time and efficiency. It's a little dark over here. So we're going to get some corn on the cob. Make sure that the husk is still on. Get you some paper towels. Wet you the paper towel. And what you're going to do with that is wrap the corn on the cob. Sorry, this part of the video is going to be a little dark. You're going to wrap the corn on the cob with the husk. You can cut all the hairs off on the bottom though. Wrap that up with one, like so. I did like 3 or 4 paper towels. But you want to wrap the corn on the cob up a couple times in the wet paper towel. Make sure it's all the way covered, like the whole thing. Wrap it up like so. And then you're just going to place it in the microwave. This was a bigger piece. Depending on how big your microwave is and how powerful it is, I would say anywhere from 1.5 minutes to 3 minutes. So we're going to do 2 minutes for that one. We'll check back on it in 2 minutes. Let's see how our food is coming along over here. Perfect. Everything smells wonderful, looks wonderful. Oh, don't forget, season the chicken and rice how you would like. I'm going to season it after it's cooked because all those flavors are still in there. And I don't know if I want to do spicy or not since I did the raspberry stuff. But of course, I'm going to season it with some seasoned salt, pepper, and red pepper flakes because I always like the spiciness of those. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just a moment. And once everything is ready, I will plate it, and we will be right back. Okay, so now that the corn is out of the microwave, we're going to warm up some butter, melt some butter. Put that in there for like half a minute. We're going to unwrap the corn. Stand up. There we go. So we're going to plate the food. Everything's just about done. You're going to unwrap the corn from the paper towels. And you're going to take it out. Look at that. And so you have a perfect cooked piece of corn on the cob. And when I mean perfect, I mean perfect. Alright, so just dehusk it, dehair it, whatever. See, like, it's so tender, it, like, even pulls off of the thing. Anyway, so make sure there's no hair or whatever. And, husk left. And don't do like I just did and husk over your plate. Good thing I'm the only one eating it. But anyway, so you want to plate that. That's so good. Get your little ramekin. Pour some of that butter in there. Set that on the side. Now we have our green beans. And take those like this. Drain some of that butter off of there. Set those on the plate. Now what I also did is I also put a little bit of that raspberry hazelnut vinaigrette while they were simmering on low for like the last couple of minutes. So, like I said, don't be afraid to try flavors. You never know, you might find something that you like. And finally, the main attraction. Get you a good scooping of this out of your pan. Set that there like so. Colorful, delicious, quick, and easy. Even with about like 2 minutes of me ranting on. This meal still came out ready in under 25 minutes. Alright. If you got the little corn husker holder things, put those on the ends. If not, you can eat it like a barbarian. Who cares? Place your butter on the plate. Walk it out right over here. Alright folks, and there you have it. You have your cream of mushroom and rice. Cream of mushroom, chicken, and rice. You've got your side. The sauteed green beans. That came out really, really, are so tender and so good. And you have your corn on the cob that you cooked in the microwave. And it still tastes like it came off the grill. Because why? We're that good here. And what I do. Yeah, what we do. I'm going to say we, because me and you guys, we do this together. Now, if you have, like I said earlier, if you have anything that you want to learn how to cook, or anything that you're attempting but you're just not sure how, give me a shout out. You can reach me at KYNGJUELLZ@live.com. That's King Juellz with a Y at live.com. Or you can follow me here on this YouTube page. I might be switching it up. I think I'm going to end up calling the show Cooking with Juellz. So, but right now you can reach me at Julian Grant on YouTube. And look me up on Facebook under the same name. And it's been a pleasure. I hope you guys enjoy. And I always love to see my feedback from people I know and people I don't know, especially if you've been rocking with me since like I was knee-high to a grasshopper. I really appreciate it. But again, you guys, you did it. Show number 2. Thank you for tuning in. Peace, love.